The challenges that Finance Minister Arun Jaitley will face this week would be best illustrated through these 6 charts. The most daunting challenge for the Finance Minister is to increase government revenue. While the government expenditure as a percentage of GDP for India is only 0.6 percentage points below the Asian average, the government revenue as a percentage of GDP is 5.7 percentage points lower. The second challenge is to increase India's tax revenue as a percentage of GDP. India's tax-to-GDP ratio is lower than that of much poorer countries like Nepal and Laos. The need of the hour is to remove exemptions, expand the service tax net, check evasion, improve tax administration, and have the Goods and Services Act started. India's inflation is the third biggest challenge. While India's inflation has slowed down sharply, it is still high compared to most countries. There is an urgent need to improve India's infrastructure. This chart best explains how far behind India is compared to other countries like Vietnam and Thailand. Another challenge is India's expenditure on health as a percentage of GDP. This chart shows how low is India's expenditure on health and education as a percentage of GDP when compared to many other countries. Finally, the question arises, how can the government spend more on physical and social infrastructure while sticking to the fiscal deficit targets? The answer to that is just one: improve revenue. Another would be to reduce subsidies. Chart 6 shows how capital expenditure in the central budget as a proportion of GDP has come down over the years, while the proportion of subsidies has gone up.